echo was similar in the two groups, and the rates of operative mortality was similar in the three groups. It's a multicentric study. Diameter of the annulus was reduced by 25% and gradient was 5 millimeter. What was very interesting is that we look at 1 year follow-up, because that was where we had the more statistic, the power of statistics between the three groups was very good. It was possible to do a very good analysis of a composite outcome associating AI grade 2 and reoperation rate. The composite outcome was 28% as soon as we were doing eyeballing repair, with 3% reoperation and 25% AI grade 2. As soon as we did the alignment of the cusp re-age, we reduced this composite outcome to 15%, but still was almost 2% re-op, 15% of AI grade 2. And as soon as we did the cusp effective height resuspension, it looks a little bit like communism type of results, but this is true. There was a dramatic differences, and also in the feeling in the OR, where there were some rational all the way through the operation. At the latest follow-up, there was also a difference. There were 8% reoperation in the first group, which was also our original experience, so there might be also some learning curve. But at the reoperation, there were 1 endocarditis, but all the other case was cusp prolapse. In the third group, lining up the free ages, again, 1 cusp, 1 endocarditis, and the rest were a cusp prolapse. And there were no reoperation at when the effective height was down. When we look at the risk factor of AI recurrence at follow-up, the main risk factor was eyeballing repair. So that was very, very important. Also, again, like many of other teams, residual AI was a risk factor for reoperation. For sure, the result was not good. And there was also tricuspid valve, because maybe it's more difficult to repair a tricuspid valve than a bicuspid valve, just because there are 3 lines of coaptations. So in conclusion, remodeling plus annuloplasty advantage over reimplantation, it's maybe something like moving from the valve sparing concept, where the valves are supposed to be normal, where they are not normal at all, they are dystrophic. And maybe we're moving from this valve sparing concept to aortic valve repair, and associating a physiological reconstruction of the root. This is a CT scan of a patient at 7 years with a nice root, with nice interleaflet triangles that are well preserved, associating resuspension of cusp effective height in order to have a good surface of coaptations. And this surface of coaptations will be increased by downsizing a subvalvular annuloplasty, and if all that can be a little bit more compliant and maybe a little bit more expensible, and I hope in the future we may end up with better dedicated products for valve repair, we may improve the results and the long term and the widespread of those techniques for the benefit of young population. Thank you very much for your attention.